Hello and welcome to the RA facility on the campus of Southwest Minnesota State University. We'll be bringing you SMSU Mustang men's basketball as they take on the MSU Mavericks tonight for American Night. Stephen, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And well, at least I'm doing better than the women here. In the previous game, they just lost by 30, 86-56. So kind of a rough game for them. Hoping that perhaps the men's team can get things turned around here for the second game.
Right, a little back and forth there for the women. So hopefully the men can take control of this game and get their tempo going.
Absolutely.
A little bit about this SMSU men's basketball team. They're closing out their December play here at home with 2 weekend games. The first tonight against the Mavericks. They're nationally ranked number 21. And then tomorrow night for Ugly Sweater Night, they'll be out for the last time in December.
Yeah, should be an interesting game. The Mustangs 5-5 on the season, so not off to a bad start. 2-1 in conference play, and then the Mavericks, they are having a great season so far. 6-1, also 2-1 in conference play.
Right, you definitely want to see these great conference mashups in the NSIC, both 2-1. So it should be interesting to see how the teams relate to each other, how they studied each other, and what they can do against each other. The last time out, Southwest Minnesota State, they split a pair of road games. They lost 70-65 against Augustana, and that was just the night before they held on for a 1-point victory over Wayne State, 74-73.
And it should be a pretty good game. You have 4 players for the Mustangs who are averaging double digits in points. You have Jordan Miller, Nick Smith, Matt Zager, and Lavion West. So, pretty balanced scoring attack for them. Also 4 players for the Mavericks, averaging in double figures as well. So both teams with a pretty balanced scoring attack.
Right. The times I've seen SMSU out this year, I kind of get from them that they like to push and also play the perimeter. Jordan Miller, the cousin of the great NBA player Mike Miller for the Miami Heat, also loves to shoot the three-pointer.
Sure does.
Scored a season high 24 points in the loss to Augustana. So definitely look for Jordan Miller tonight to get into a rhythm from that three-point line. Yeah,
and he's someone who definitely is not afraid to shoot it, and so I'm sure that we will definitely see that. One key I see here is for rebounding. SMSU has been out-rebounded in 7 of 10 games this season. So, it looks like if they can, try to, take the lead or at least keep it close, that'll bode well for them as well.
Yeah, if the Mustangs can get Nick Smith and Lavion West down low up on that glass, it'll help them both on the offensive and defensive end. A little bit about this series history. SMSU and MSU, they're meeting for the 46th time. It dates quite a ways back, and Minnesota State actually leads this series 32-13. So SMSU definitely looking for another win in this series history here.
Yeah, they have some work to do, it looks like.
Brad Bigler, the head coach of the Mustangs, looking for another win here. He is 3-4 versus the Mavericks. So the crowd here definitely hyped up and trying to get behind Brad Bigler and his Mustang team to push them for a victory.
Yeah, it's interesting as you look at the Mavericks team, because normally there's kind of one player that you want to focus in on. For the Mustangs, Jordan Miller is their main offensive threat, but over for the Mavericks, they have a lot of players who can score the ball. So it looks like just a team effort from them, and I expect to see probably a lot of ball movement from the Mavericks this evening.
Right, definitely. The Mustangs, kind of a younger team. They've got a couple of seniors that they'll miss after this year, so it'll be nice to see how experience plays a key in tonight's game.
Yeah, it was something that we talked about last year too. You can kind of see the players on the Mustangs, coming together and gelling as a team, and it takes a while to get to know one another and one another's tendencies, and so you have some players that are older that have played together for a while, and hoping that'll start paying dividends for them.
Right. Well, the crowd's filling in here at the RA facility. It should be a great time here. American Night, a lot of red, white, and blue out there, so it's going to be crazy here. I see Stanger over there dressed up in his red, white, and blue. So definitely exciting atmosphere here at SMSU.
And we're going to be having the national anthem, some announcements here in a minute. So we're going to take roughly a 2-minute break. We'll be back after the national anthem for the start of the game here in the RA facility.
Southwest Minnesota State University, where private school atmosphere meets public school cost. Programs like culinology, agronomy, and environmental science set the standard nationwide, where grad placement rates are over 97%. And the school invests in you, putting over $80 million back into the university. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
If you've had a stroke, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I'm keeping my blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
I always take my medicine.
If you take steps to improve your health, you'll greatly reduce your risk of another stroke. Talk to your doctor and go to stroke.org today.
I'm not going to have another stroke.
We all have a vision of that perfect smile. But when it comes to our smile, it's not something we can draw or wait to miraculously appear. We need an orthodontist, dental specialists with 2 to 3 years of specialized education beyond dental school. Your child might be the next Picasso, so trust that brilliant smile to the right hands. Seeing an orthodontist no later than age 7 can help achieve a healthy, beautiful smile. For more information, visit braces.org.
Ladies, are you talking to your partners
about HIV?
2 out of every 3 new HIV/AIDS cases in women are among Black women.
Get informed, get tested. Early detection can save your life. If you test positive, seek treatment from a doctor.
Join the campaign to end Black AIDS, a partnership between Abbott and the Magic Johnson Foundation. Go to WeStandWithMagic.com, get resources, and become a member.
And join today, and thank you.
At Southwest Minnesota State University, our students come first. It's a commitment you can see in our new Regional Events Center, Residence Hall, Student Center, and Science Lab renovation. We've invested over $80 million in the past decade for top-notch facilities. And we're not stopping there. Southwest Minnesota State University, it's where you belong.
Welcome back to the RA facility here at SMSU, where the Mustang men's basketball team is taking on the Mavericks from Mankato.
We have a few of the final scores, by the way, for you. For the women, we have Concordia beating Sioux Falls 74-49. Augustana beat Winona State 56-47. We have Wayne State squeaking out a victory over Upper Iowa, 60-52. Minnesota Duluth beat MSU Moorhead 65-50. Northern State beat St. Cloud State 62-51. University of Mary won over Bemidji State 78-63. And Minnesota Crookston 66. Minot State 46. And of course for your Mustangs, they lost tonight 86-56.
Yeah, definite heartbreaker there for the Mustang women. Let's hope these guys can pull out a victory against the nationally ranked Mavericks.
Now it should be an interesting game and really quite a challenge. I mean, you're playing a nationally ranked opponent, so anytime you could play them and take them down, that certainly would be a great opportunity.
And it's definitely in the Mustangs' favor that they are on their home court and such a great atmosphere here all the time in the RA facility.
Yeah, it's a nice turnout. There's quite a bit of people here. A lot of them wearing their patriotic colors, as you mentioned earlier. You're wearing some patriotic colors as well. I know people can't see, but you got some blue and red going on. Appreciate that.
The starting lineups here getting underway in the RA facility for the Mustangs.
6'5" senior from Mitchell, South Dakota, number 13, Jordan Miller.
Announcing right now, number 13, Jordan Miller. He's one of the key players we talked about, looking for that three-pointer. The last time I saw him out, he also had that dribble drive and penetrate to the basket, so look for that a little bit to throw the Mavericks off.
Yeah, it should be interesting. SMSU, by the way, has done some things well here over the past few games. They shot a season-high 54% at Wayne State. They also made a season-high 25 free throws. And following 3 NSIC games, SMU ranks second in the NSIC in field goal percentage and second in field goal defense as well. So, 5-5 record, but again, they did play a lot of games down in some tournaments in Florida, and they're 2-1 in conference play, so not off to a bad start by any stretch.
We're getting set for the tip here, and our referees tonight are Keswick Joyner from Woodbury, Brad Panning from Maple Grove, and Darren Pirius from Fargo. The Mustangs set to take the floor as the Mavericks are waiting.
I'll probably give you a bit of insight throughout the evening too. Just want to mention Mark, I can't talk tonight. Matt Margenthaler. He's in his 12th season for the Mavericks, and then of course Coach Brad Bigler here in his 4th season for the Mustangs. We are about ready for tip-off.
It's up, and the Mustangs take the ball. Jordan Miller now with the ball out on the key, looking to drive. He passes it out. Ball now at the top of the key. Mustangs really keeping that ball out on the perimeter right now. Number 2. Jamel Barnes dishes it off, and Nick Smith with the easy bucket underneath. Mavericks now with the ball across the timeline, setting up their offense. Taking it nice and slow, making sure they get everything right. They lob it down underneath to Sam Murai, and he gets it taken away from the Mustangs.
Now one change this year, Tramel Barnes in the starting lineup. He made his way into the lineup after proving himself last year. Big rejection there by number 42 for the Mavericks, Connor O'Brien.
Mustangs playing some strong D right now, and the ref calls a double dribble, so the Mavericks lose the ball.
And the crowd is into it already. You can tell it's going to be a great atmosphere for this game this evening.
Tramel Barnes inbounding to Bernard Birch. He'll take the ball up slow. Now he's pushing it. He's looking to drive, and he goes up and off the glass. He gets fouled.
And he's one of those players where he's not going to kill you with the outside shot, but if he has an opportunity to get to the rim, he's going to take it. He's going to get in there.
I'm really surprised by the quickness of Bernard Birch.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard to guard him all night.
Yeah, he has just that, that moment where he kind of looks like he's just surveying, and then all of a sudden it accelerates and is past you at the rim.
Birch's free throw is up and no good. We'll wait on the second.
Usually a pretty decent free throw shooter, shooting 80% on the season.
Bernard's second free throw is good. Mavericks looking to inbound the ball, and the Mustangs with the full court press here. They're really pouring on the defensive pressure.
Yeah, you see that a lot from the Mustangs. That's one of their philosophies. They'll do that most all game, and a lot of subs for them. They like to really make the other team work and kind of tire them out. Although with a team that's as deep as the Mavericks, it might, be interesting to see how it works.
Mavericks really trying to move that ball, but the Mustangs are really putting their defensive pressure down, and they force another turnover here. Birch now running the point with the ball. He'll bring the ball up across that half-court line, really looking to push it again. He passes it off. The ball at the top of the key, almost taken away here by the Mavericks. They're all on the floor. They safely get it over to Jordan Miller. He looks and waits for an offense to set up. He's going to drive. Foul called. No shot, says the ref. And Miller will go to the line.
And Jordan Miller, the best free throw shooter for the Mustangs, shooting 85% on the season.
I'm sorry, he will not go to the line.
No, he's not going to the line. Well, if he goes eventually.
And Bernard Birch with a nice deep two.
That is his first three-pointer of the season.
Mustangs again with that full court press. The Mavericks get it down the court, and they're fouled on the shot. Foul there on number 44, Nick Smith.
Yeah, Nick Smith is someone who's just really an integral part of this team. He's obviously one of the largest players that they have, and you know he's a very good defensive player as well.
Definite key to the Mustang offense when they run that down low. It needs to be pretty physical down there tonight as the Mavericks have some bigger players.
Absolutely. Nick Smith averaging 7.6 rebounds per game, and he's going to have to do his part this evening.
And SM Marai's first free throw is good. His second on the way, and that is no good. Fighting for the rebound now, and it's going to stay Maverick ball as it goes out of bounds. Score is 5-1. Mustangs on top just under 2 minutes into the game.
Got to be happy with this start if you're Coach Brad Bigler.
Mavericks pushing that ball along the perimeter now, and they lose it out of bounds. It'll be Mustang ball.
That is the second turnover of the evening for Minnesota State.
Jordan Miller now inbounding to Tremel Barnes. He'll push the ball up the court. He's looking to drive. He'll pass it out to Giddings. Now Miller with the ball, looking to drive inside. He passes it out again to Lavion West, who takes it inside. And the charge called on Lavion West.
And he's a player to keep an eye on too. If there's one player that can really dunk the ball, you're going to see a throwdown. It's going to be from him. We saw a few last season, and expect to see a few more this season.
He knows how to get this Mustang crowd going. The Mustangs really using this full court pressure to try and trap those Mavericks. They get the ball down and they miss the three-pointer. Mustangs now pushing the ball back down to the other end. Tremel Barnes really pushing that ball along the outside. He passes it off to West. Now looking to drive. He'll go up with it. No foul call as he puts it up. Shot no good. Tremel Barnes gets it, puts it up and in. Mavericks now looking to get it up the court as fast as they can as the Mustangs press them. Foul called, it looks like, on the shot. We'll wait to see who it's on. And the foul will be on Sean Condon. Mavericks will go to the line shooting two.
Still earlier in the game, but the Mustangs shooting well, 60% from the field. And the Mavericks have not yet made a shot that is not at the free throw line. Just over 3 minutes into the game so far.
Jarvis Williams' first free throw is up and good. So it looks like these free throws are going to be a key to this game and the outcome of who wins.
Yeah, it sure looks like it so far. Although if SMSU can keep holding the Mavericks to only free throws, I think we'd probably be all right. But
this is true.
Yeah.
The Mavericks' second free throw was up and good, so that'll make the score 7-3. Jordan Miller now with the ball. He puts up the two-pointer, and it's good. Mustangs now putting full court pressure on again, looking to trap the Mavericks. And it's flustering the Mavericks a little bit, still in the backcourt. They finally get it across the timeline. SM Marai with the ball now. He looks a little hesitant out there, waiting to pass. Mavericks with the ball now at the top of the key. They're really moving it around that three-point line. Number 14 out there, Jarvis Williams. He passes it off to 24, Jimmy Whitehead, and he'll make that shot.
Yeah, Jimmy Whitehead shooting 75% from beyond the arc. That's a pretty good percentage.
Mustangs now moving that ball again along the three-point line once again. He'll drive, put it up and in for the easy two. Sean Condon there really looking to press that Maverick defense. Mavericks now with the ball. They're looking for an open shooter, and they find one. He puts it up for the three-point shot, no good. Mustangs come down with the rebound. They're pushing the ball. He lobs it up to William Giddings, passes it out to Jordan Miller, who puts it up for the three, and it's good. Jordan Miller is fired up.
And there's going to be a timeout on the floor here. The Mavericks are going to take a 30-second timeout. We will do the same. We'll be back with more Mustangs men basketball right here on KSSU TV.
Hey, Barrett! Look, Timmy's in trouble again. I told you to stay out of here! Come on, loser! Someone should do something. Oh, you never see that happen.
We're back here in the RA facility as the Mavericks are inbounding the ball. Mustangs keep on that full court defense.
Yeah, Mavericks seem to be having a difficult time just adjusting this full court pressure.
Mavericks now with the ball, looking for the open shooter. They find it in number 14, who puts up the shot. No good once again. Samurai down low with the rebound. He'll kick it out for the Maverick three-pointer, and that is good.
That was a long three-pointer too by Zach. Yeah, what is his last name? Zach Monaghan. Let's go with that. And on the season, he is shooting 36%. So not bad on the season, and certainly no hesitant there. Not hesitant at all.
And William Giddings is called for the travel for the Mustangs. So it'll be Maverick ball. They're set to inbound from underneath their own basket, actually from right in front of their own bench here now. Score is 14-9 with 14:44 left to play in the first half. Mustangs showing some hustle here as the Mavericks get it across the timeline. Number 24. And it looks like the Mavericks find the open shooter in the lane. He puts it up, no good. Lavian West with the rebound, pushing the ball now. Mustangs with it down low. And they'll call a kick on the Mavericks.
So far, both teams pretty evenly matched here. 2 assists apiece, 2 turnovers apiece. Both teams shooting decently well from long range. Mustangs have made their only 3-point. Minnesota State shooting 50%. Only 25% from the field, though, for Minnesota State, as opposed to 75% for the Mustangs.
The ball stolen right there on a fast break from the Mavericks. And it takes 2 shots for them down there to make that one good.
Heads-up play there by Bernard Birch, knowing again no chance at stopping. It just kind of got out of the way, so he didn't get called for the foul.
Matt Zager now with the ball. He'll pass it off to William Giddings, who's looking to take it down low. He dumps it off to 44, Nick Smith. Lavian West now with the ball at the top of the key, looking to do some work on the Mavericks. He'll take it down low. He puts it up off the rim, no good. Rebound Mustangs up and in. Mustangs keeping that full court pressure on. Mavericks taking their time getting it out of the backcourt here. They're having some trouble. And that almost forced a Mustang possession right there.
Yeah, it's the Mavericks are really having a difficult time trying to make sense of this full court pressure. You would think, as it's a staple of the Mustangs, you think maybe they'd be a bit more prepared for it, but so far they're looking a little bit hesitant.
Certainly creating excitement here tonight. Mavericks keeping that ball way out there outside the perimeter. They're looking to drive now. And they're going to lose the ball on the floor here. They're calling a jump ball. Matt Zager down on the floor after that one. Nice hustle by him.
I had a chance before the season to chat with Brad Bigelow for a moment, and he said that his philosophy that this season was going to be the same as it has been in past. Just, a lot of hustle, a lot of full court press, and a lot of subs to just keep everybody fresh. Ooh.
And oh my, Zach Monahan has to throw that one off as it goes in.
Somebody validate his parking. He was way out there. Jeez.
Mustangs now with the ball. He'll take it down low, put it up. Rebound, Nick Smith. He'll put it up and off the glass for the easy 2. Mavericks with the ball across the timeline now. They give it off out to the perimeter now. Number 22, Zach Monahan, moving that ball around real well tonight. They're looking for the open shooter right now. Mustangs playing some great defense. Mavericks just can't seem to get that ball down low. Every one of their players was just right outside that three-point line. They finally drive, and Jordan Miller will take the charge.
Yeah, heads-up play there.
The way to get in position there by Jordan Miller.
Talked about earlier in the game, or before the game rather, about the rebounding. How SMSU has been out-rebounded in 7 of their 10 games this season so far, doing their part. 8 rebounds for the Mustangs, only 4 for Minnesota State. Mustangs doubling up on the current total.
The Mustangs really pushing that one. He'll take it all the way, and that was up and no good. Mavericks now will take their time getting that ball across the half-court line. Jamison Moulton running the point here for the Mavericks. They're moving the ball around once again. Now at the top of the key, he'll drive down low and pass it off. Almost loses the ball. Resets it up here. 24, Jimmy Whitehead with the ball. He'll pass it off. And the three up for the Mavericks, and no good. Bernard Birch now with the ball. He'll try and pass it down to Nick Smith, and it is tipped away. It'll stay Mustang ball.
Boy, the Mavericks are not afraid to shoot from distance here, are they? We're seeing them just take some shots that are well beyond the three-point arc.
Set to inbound is Jordan Miller here. He'll pass it into Nick Smith, who will give it back to Miller. Miller's going to drive. He'll pass it out again. Ball stays out on the three-point line. They'll reset it up. Ball now almost at that half-court line. He'll take it down to the three-point line. Really working that ball around, looking for the open shot. The Mustangs will put it up, and it's no good as the Maverick player goes down. The foul is called on Tremel Barnes.
Number 42 for the Mavericks. Connor O'Brien looks like he might have had a little injury there, but just kind of walking it off. Looks to be just fine.
Jamison Moulton running the point once again for the Mavericks. They'll start to move the ball around. Number 21, Alex Hanks in now. They'll pass it down low. The Mavericks no good there from Connor O'Brien. Mustangs push the ball up the court. They look to get it out to the three-pointer from number 3, Jordan Budenhagen, and he'll miss. Mavericks now really pushing that ball. They'll miss at the other end, so some definite back and forth basketball here in the RA facility.
And it's going to be a 30-second timeout by Coach Brad Bigler of Mustangs. We're going to take a 30-second timeout as well. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching KSSU TV.
Like all new parents, my husband and I want what's best for our baby. When it came to immunizations, I wanted the facts. So I carefully researched vaccines, talking to pediatricians and other experts and asking tough questions. The answer was obvious. Vaccines like those against measles and influenza are not only a good idea, they could save our daughter's life. Take the time to get the facts. Vaccines save lives.
Welcome back to the RA facility where the Mustangs are taking on the Mavericks, and they're ahead 18-14 right now with 10:35 left to go in the first half. On the court for the Mustangs are Miller, Lavion West, William Giddings, number 12 Bernard Birch, who's running the point, and number 10 Sean Condon. West now with the ball at the top of the key. He's going to drive. He'll put it up off the glass. No good. Mavericks with the rebound. They're looking to push. And here's a fast break for the Mavericks. They'll put it up. No good at that end either. Everyone's down there fighting for the rebound. West comes up with the ball. But it looks like a foul called on him.
He's going to bring Connor O'Brien to the line. He's shooting 73% on the season.
His first free throw is good. Jimmy Whitehead will come out of the game for the Mavericks. Connor's second free throw is up and good as well. So Jordan Miller here looking to push the ball across the half-court line. As they set up their offense, Lavion West goes back door, but it's passed off to William Giddings. And the foul called on the Mavericks here.
Just about halfway through the first half here. It is a close game, SMSU leading 18-16. Chance to make that a 4-point lead here. And so far, both teams shooting a pretty good percentage from the free throw line on the game. Minnesota State 83%, SMSU 66. Make that 75% now. They are 3 of 4.
Good to see Lavion West making both of his free throws there. As the Mustangs get back to this full court pressure. Really seems to be helping them out. Almost taken away there.
There's been a lot of those almost turnovers here from the Mustangs.
The Mavericks kind of having some trouble with their shots, but Samurai right there making that one down low.
That's been where the Mustangs have succeeded so far in this game. 10 points in the paint. Really doing a lot of damage down low.
Sean Condon now with the ball out to Lavion West, who will put up the 2, and it's good.
That's a shot that you wouldn't normally see from Lavion West. You wouldn't see that too much last year, but looks like this year he's been just fine shooting from the field.
Lavion West diving on the floor there for that ball. Nice hustle from SMSU.
And we are going to have another timeout here on the floor. Looks to be a minute timeout. So full timeout. We'll be back in just 1 minute. You're watching KSSU TV.
When you donate goods in response to an international disaster, it's expensive.
They have to cross the sea, pass through customs, be inspected, sorted, then finally delivered.
And often they arrive too late to help, making your good intentions feel a little empty.
There is a better way.
Cash donations are fast, simple, and allow professional relief workers to purchase supplies close at hand.
Cash is best. Learn more at CIDI.org.
Welcome back to the RA facility. Your SMSU Mustang men are taking on the Mavericks out of Mankato. And the score here is 22-18. Mustangs on top with 9:21 left to go in the first half. As we mentioned earlier, Stephen, them points down low have really been affecting the Mavericks. The Mustangs winning that point in the paint battle.
Absolutely, 10 points for the Mustangs in the paint as opposed to only 4 for Minnesota State. Minnesota State, though, shooting 3 of 6 from the three-point line, so they're not hurting from outside and just not able to get it inside as of yet because of all this, all this full court pressure from the Mustangs. They're just denying it to them completely inside.
The Samurai now for the Mavericks is calling for that ball down low. They'll continue to move it around. He takes it in, puts it up, and the foul is called, looks like on William Giddings as he is down on the floor right now. Doesn't look to be too bad. He'll be helped up by his teammates. The Mavericks will go to the line.
Yeah, he looks to be just fine. It's always scary for a minute when you look and you see somebody, kind of lingering on the floor, but by all accounts, from what I've seen this year and last, Will Giddings, he's one of those players who just kind of is methodical, just kind of takes his time and doesn't get too high or too low. He reminds me a lot of Kobe Bryant as far as his demeanor. He just kind of is stone-faced and just goes about his business, as opposed to someone like Jordan Miller. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of fist pumps and things like that.
And the Mavericks will get the rebound right there off of those free throws. They're going to look to work it down low again, and they put it up and in off the glass for the easy 2.
And that's going to go ahead and bring the score within 2, 22-20. Mustangs lead.
Bernard Birch off to Lavion West, who will put it up. He almost gets his own rebound. Everyone's fighting for the ball. And the Mavericks It'll be off of them, out of bounds.
Number 1, Jamison Moten comes into the SMSU crowd, says hello for a moment. A lot of hustle by both teams early on. Really being active on both ends of the floor.
Mavericks now will push the ball. They get it up into their end of the floor. The lob up to a Samurai. He'll wait for a moment and put it in.
Yeah, that was nice recognition, both in the pass and then, you know, for them to just wait for a moment, let defenders go by him and go up for the uncontested layup.
Sean Condon now with the ball. Screen from Lavion West. He'll take it all the way himself and put it up and in. Number 10, Sean Condon. Mustangs looking to get back to that full court defense now. William Giddings in the backcourt guarding number 22 for the Mavericks here, Zach Monahan. Mavericks will wait 1 minute, looking for an open shooter here. They'll work it down low to a Samurai who puts it up in it again. Mavericks really trying to work it a little more down in low, and they tie the game at 24.
And Mariah leads the Mavericks right now with 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Also 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal in just 8 minutes.
Mustangs had a wide open look there to Lavion West, but it is tipped out of the way at the last second by the Mavericks. It'll stay Mustang ball. Mustangs need one more player back out on the court here.
So earlier in the women's game too, they had 6 players on the floor for a minute. They had to call them up. So a little wonky for the evening for the Mustangs, but got to figure it out. Ooh, difficult shot there by Terrell Barnes.
The Mustangs will lay off just a little bit here now. The Mavericks push it up easily across the half-court line. They'll work it around the three-point line now. Once again, looking for that open shot, and they find the open three-pointer from number 1, Jamison Moten.
And you're seeing the Mustangs really just denying the ball inside, but so far it's going okay as Mavericks shooting 57% from beyond the arc.
Mustangs will work it down to Nick Smith. He has a nice spin move and puts it up and in for 2.
Nick Smith wanted a foul on that one, kind of turned to the ref, and can hear the crowd getting a little boisterous too, wanted a foul as well.
Jamison Moten now with the ball, listed as a redshirt freshman for Mankato. Really pushing that ball around. Mavericks set the screen, looking to work it down low again. They'll take it back out now. He'll shoot up the 3. It is no good. Nick Smith comes down with the rebound, almost lost right there. They'll get it over to Tremel Barnes. Mustangs now looking to get that ball off. Nick Smith calling for it. Now he'll set the screen. Jordan Miller with the ball now at the top of the key. He'll do some work. He's looking to spin. He's going to take it down low, put it up and in himself, and it is missed. Mavericks now pushing the ball back the other way. He'll take it all the way himself, and he's fouled by Matt Zager. Mavericks will go to the line.
I have to say, you know, Jordan Miller isn't so much known for his defense, but he really got back there, and he actually had a hand on the ball as he was going to shoot. So really great job of, you know, he wasn't happy. He didn't get a foul call, but just really got back on defense, and good on him.
Really showing the Mustang heart there, getting back and doing what needs to be done. Mavericks' first free throw is up and good. Jarvis Williams at the line right now, waiting to shoot his second. Score is tied at 28. That second free throw will put the Mavericks on top, 29-28, with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first half. Mustangs looking to push that ball. Jermel Barnes will take it all the way himself, puts it up, and it's no good. Rebounded by the Mavericks.
A lot of contact there on that end, too.
Mavericks looking to work that ball down low. It's stolen by Matt Zager. Jordan Miller picks up the ball, almost loses it himself. Jordan Miller now really looking to do some work. He takes it all the way again, takes it up. Thought he had the and one, and the ref says no shot. Jordan Miller just kind of laughs that one off.
Boy, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be critical, but that sure looked like an and one to me. Jeez.
Getting a little chippy here, too, down low with Nick Smith and the other Mavericks player. Miller inbounded out to the top of the key to Nick Smith. Back to Miller now, who's looking to do work. He's really looking to carry this load on his shoulders. He passes it off to Tramel Barnes, down to Nick Smith. He'll wait and put it up and in.
I know you folks can't see it from your angle, but it's getting a little chippy here between the Mustangs and the refs, I think. A lot of looks and glances.
Tramel Barnes takes that one away. Could have dunked that one, but just lays it up and in, nice and easy. A little finger roll. More full court pressure here by Barnes as the Mavericks push it across past him. That one off of Barnes, it'll stay Maverick ball. Giddings and Birch now to check into the game. So it'll be Zager, Miller, Giddings, Birch, and Nick Smith out on the floor for the Mustangs. Just over 4 minutes left here in the first half.
It's been an entertaining game so far. Both teams playing really well. Mustangs, by the way, shooting over 50% in both the three-point and just from the field as well.
That's a definite plus as a team. You like to see over that percentage in order to get that win.
Absolutely.
Mustangs will rebound the ball, and they'll look to push it. Matt Zager here going to take it himself. He takes a little mid-range shot for two. It's good. Bernard Birch looking to press here. Mavericks will take the ball across the half-court line. Bernard Birch really playing some tight defense right here as the foul is called on him.
You can probably hear it. The crowd here wants a travel call.
So the Mavericks will go to the line once again here. And Zach Moynihan looking to shoot for the Mavericks. He'll put his first one up, and it's good. That'll make the score 34-30.
That made free throw brings the Mavericks to 73% shooting on the evening, 8 of 11 from the free throw line.
Moynihan will take his spot at the free throw stripe. He puts it up, and that one is in as well. So score 34-31 Mustangs with 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Bernard Birch will take the ball across the half-court line. Nick Smith sets the screen, he rolls. Passes it off to Giddings, who loses the ball. Looks like it's out of bounds, it'll stay Mustang ball. Jordan Miller here to set to inbound. He'll get it out to Bernard Birch, who resets it at the top of the key. Nick Smith coming up to set the screen. Birch won't take it, pass it off to Miller. Down into Nick Smith again, who's looking to do some work. He'll put it up, little sky hook there. Gets his own rebound, puts it up. No good again, gets another rebound. And that's gonna go out on the Mustangs. So it'll be Maverick ball. Nick Smith really doing some rebounding work down there.
Yeah, he's Nick Smith's having a good game so far. He's 8 points, 3 rebounds.
Little flick of the wrist there by the Mustangs. The foul will be called on Matt Zager. So the Mavericks will go to the line yet again.
At the line, shooting 2.
First free throw is up and good. Mavericks really starting to find their rhythm from the free throw line now. It's kind of helping them stay in this game. 34-32 now. That second one is good as well.
Jarvis Ellis now in double fingers for points, 10 points on the game so far.
So a 1-point ball game here. Bernard Birch looks to take it all the way. He's blocked down low. Nick Smith down on the floor with the ball with the Mavericks, and they call a jump ball. Man, Assem Murai really got up to block that ball by Bernard Birch. It'll stay Mustang ball. Jordan Miller set once again to inbound from underneath their own basket. Bigler calls out the play for the Mustangs as they look to set it up. Jordan Miller looks to lob to Nick Smith, who doesn't see it, and an easy takeaway for the Mavericks, and he throws it down. Not what you want to see if you're a Mustang fan.
No, there's some miscommunication. It was like Jordan Miller just kind of passed it for the fast break, open layup.
Brad Bigger kind of shaking his head there, but William Giddings will put up the three, which is no good. Mavericks pushing that ball now across the timeline. They'll hand it around the perimeter here. They look to set up the play as Zach Monaghan handles the ball. He passes it off. They'll take the mid-range jumper. No good. Rebounded by Miller. Mustangs now looking to push that ball. William Giddings going to take it all the way himself. Nice little spin move, and he'll get the and one.
I was just about to say, boy, you don't want to take it 1-on-4 against the Mavericks, but he did, and he made it, so I'll keep that comment to myself.
So Giddings will go to the line here.
He made that look easy, just taking on basically the whole team by himself.
Giddings at the line, shooting 1.
Worth noting, by the way, that it's been a balanced scoring attack so far for the Mustangs. Nick Smith with 8, Barnes with 6, Bernard Birch and Jordan Miller with 5, and then 2 other players tied with 4 points.
Giddings free throw, no good there. Mavericks now with the ball. They'll look to set up their play. He gets the screen. They're going to pass it down low to Murai. He'll get it now out towards the three-point line, looking to do work on Nick Smith. He puts it up, gets the and one himself at that end. Murai is pumped up.
Yeah, he is. He's ready to go. And also worth noting, I talked about the scoring for the Mustangs. Also a fairly balanced scoring attack for Minnesota State as well. Jarvis Williams with 10, Zach Monaghan with 10, and then also we talked about Murai. Here's at the line. He's going for his 10th point on the evening right now. So about to be 3 double players in double figures.
So that shot put the Mavericks ahead, and they get the free throw as well. Mavericks on top 38-36 with a minute and a half left to go here in the first half. Bernard Birch passes it off to Lavion West, who looked like he was going to dunk it.
Yeah, it's going to go in slow motion, then said, all right, I'll just lay it in.
Mustangs really pouring on that defense in the backcourt and forces the Mavericks to call a timeout.
Take a timeout. Looks like it is going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KSSU TV.
Alone, our reach is limited. No matter how great our intentions, on our own, we can only stretch so far. But at Rotary, we believe the right group of people working together can make our communities, our world, a better place. Rotary, humanity in motion.
And welcome back to the RA facility. Mavericks coming out of their timeout will look to inbound the ball. Mustangs coming up once again with that full court pressure.
It's been a really close game so far. Truthfully, the only real difference has been 15 free throws for Minnesota State as opposed to only 5 for the Mustangs.
That ball tipped off the Mustangs. It'll stay a Maverick ball at their end of the court. Jamison Moulton will look to inbound the ball here. Oh, and he lobs it up to Murai, who can't get it in. Rebound by Nick Smith. And the foul called on Murai. As he looks to be a little frustrated on that call, he'll come out of the game.
One thing to keep an eye on, Brad Bigler, who's usually kind of calm. He's had a few words here with the refs, and the ref said, watch it to him as he walked away. So We'll see. Temper's getting a little heated here. Maybe take a little moment for yoga during halftime. Everybody come back. Readjusted.
So Nick Smith will take 1-1 here at the line. He misses the first, so the rebound will be by the Mavericks. Jordan Miller can play defense in the backcourt. Crowd wants a double dribble by the Mavericks. Mavericks will really move that ball around the perimeter right now. Mustangs playing some tight defense. Jordan Miller playing defense at the top of the key on that redshirt freshman, Moten. They'll switch now. Crowd going nuts. They wanted a call on that one as well. The Mavericks will put it up for 3.
Boy, the three-point shooting from Minnesota State is really what's keeping them in this game, shooting 5 of 10 from beyond the arc so far.
That did put them ahead, 41-38, with 20 seconds left to go here. Mustangs holding the ball for the last shot. Giddings right in front of that half-court line. Nick Smith set to give the screen. He will. Birch will take it himself, pass it out to Lavion West, who looks to do work. Puts up the mid-range jumper, no good. Mavericks will rebound the ball and hold it. And that will end our first half at the RA facility with the Mavericks on top, 41-38.
Well, we will be back here in just a bit with some analysis, and we'll be back with about 2 minutes left before the game begins here in the second half. Like we said so far, just to touch on it briefly, both teams pretty evenly matched. Shooting 50% from the field are the Mustangs, only 33% from beyond the arc. They've only taken 3 attempts as opposed to 10 attempts by the Mavericks. They made 10 of those. And so far it's been a really close game. A lot of energy, a lot of high pace, and SMSU down just 41-38 as you mentioned. So we'll be back with some analysis in a bit. Stay tuned. You're watching SMSU basketball on KSSU TV.
Welcome back to the RA facility here on the campus of Southwest Minnesota State University in Marshall. The Mustangs are taking on the Mavericks from Mankato, and they're down. Mavericks are on top 41-38. And we're almost here, ready to start the second half. What can you tell me about the first half here, Steven?
Well, you know, we touched on it a little bit before. There's been a few things. One, Minnesota State has taken a lot more three-point shots than SMSU. They've taken 10, they've made 5. SMSU's only taken 3, so that's one big difference. Points in the paint, that's another one, though. SMSU scored 24 as opposed to only 14 for Minnesota State. So you can tell SMSU is making a real considered effort to keep things out of the paint, but so far that plan isn't really paying dividends for them just yet. And then the other thing that we talked about in the beginning is that SMSU has been out-rebounded in 7 of 10 games this season. This game, they have 19 rebounds as opposed to 18 for Minnesota State, so far so good in that category.
Yeah, if you're a Mustang fan, you definitely want to see those Mustangs keep rebounding that ball so that they can stay in this game. They're only down 3, so if they can keep rebounding that ball, it'll help them on both ends.
Yeah, it's been a great game. Just really a lot of intensity, a lot of hustle by both teams, and I don't know. It's looking like it might be a good one tonight.
Kind of actually went the opposite of what I thought it would, with the Mustangs staying down low. With a hot shooter like Jordan Miller, he has the Mustangs' lone three-pointer.
Yeah, he does. Jordan Miller tonight with only 5 points so far in the game. Shooting well, just not shooting a lot. Nick Smith leads the Mustangs with 8 points. So I would have to probably hypothesize that Jordan Miller will be taking a few more shots before everything is said and done. Before we start the second half here, let me just go ahead and give you a quick update on a few different scores. Concordia is leading Sioux Falls 34-28, just about halftime for them. At the half, Winona State over Augustana 34-25. Upper Iowa over Wayne State 29-19. First half, about 3 minutes left there. And that'll do it for your score updates as of now.
So the Mavericks will start the second half with the ball. Right away, they get it down to Samurai. He'll put it up, and that is no good. Rebounded again by the Mavericks as it's tipped out. They'll put it up and in for 2. So right away here, the Mavericks starting to work the ball down low. Mustangs now will push that ball across the half-court line. Kind of stuck with the ball. He'll get it down into Nick Smith, who put up a little baby hook, and that's in for 2.
Nick Smith now in double digits for scoring on the game with 10 points. To go along with 5 rebounds. Playing well so far, Nick Smith.
Mavericks now really moving that ball around. And they'll put it up. That shot is no good. They seem to like to be going to Jarvis Williams. He's a senior guard. Mustangs now with the ball out to Jordan Miller, who almost takes that NBA three-point shot. But he'll hold up, pass it off, and the Mustangs will keep the ball here as the foul is called. So Miller will sit at the charity stripe here and try to sink both of his shots.
He's trying to be a little bit more aggressive here to start off the second half. Nothing wrong with that.
He will sink that first one. That'll bring the score to 41-43. And Miller will make his second. What does that do for free throw percentage for the Mustangs tonight so far?
For the Mustangs now, they are 5 of 8 for 63%.
Once again, the Mavericks will go to their senior guard, Jarvis Williams. He'll put it up, and that's no good.
Yeah, Williams might have got mugged on that one. It looks like SMSU might have gotten away with one there.
Mustangs worked it down to Nick Smith, who passes it out to Jordan Miller, who sinks the 3.
It was a nice shot by Miller, but an equally nice pass out by Nick Smith as well.
Miller now with the rebound. The Mustangs will push it up again. Miller takes his spot down in the corner. Mustangs will push it out to the other side to Matt Zager. Nice little move there. Puts the 2 up, and it's good. Mustangs getting on a roll here.
Matt Zager with a nice little fake. He was wide open for that shot.
Mavericks now will slow the ball down, set up their play. Samurai at the top of the key. They're working around him. He'll set the screen. He'll roll. They'll pass it down low. And the foul is called there on Matt Zager as they try to get it down to Murai.
Mustang ball number 24, Matt Zager, his second personal foul for
So Matt Zager called with the foul there as he comes out of the game.
Number 1, William Giddings, 10, Sean Condon, and 22,
That is the second foul for Zager. Lavion Wust also has 2, as does Bernard Birch.
A foul call here, it looks like on Condon. Yes, Sean Condon, before the ball could even be inbounded.
Personal foul, second team foul of the half.
The Mavericks set a couple screens, but that ball is blocked and the Mustangs come up with it.
That was interesting. I heard Bigler yell, Miller, get ready, because he saw it coming, and well, Miller did.
He holds his three-point shot, but misses. He was wide open for that one. Mavericks now, Mariah was calling for it down low. They pass it outside, however, to that senior guard. Now Mariah gets to the lob. He'll wait another second, puts it up and gets fouled.
Seen that a few times now with number 50 from the Mavericks, Mariah, where we've kind of had some little lobs that, you know, he could have maybe tried to alley-oop, but instead he just kind of waits for a minute and either gets a foul or gets an easy putback.
You kind of see that Mustang defense has been pressuring the Mavericks a lot tonight, so he must think they're a little antsy, and he knows to kind of just wait it out a second and he'll get that open shot.
Yeah, sure looks like it. He's been successful in that so far, and he's having himself a pretty nice game here. He has 10 points on the night.
He'll miss that first free throw, and we'll wait for him to put up a second. He does, and that is good. That'll bring the score 47-44. SMSU on top. With 17 and a half minutes to go here in the game. Termel Barnes now with the ball at the point. He'll hand it off to Giddings out on the three-point line. He'll work it around to Miller down in the bottom. Miller will look to take it himself. Nice little move there. He'll put it up for 2. No good. Fighting for the rebound. The Mavericks come up with it. They're pushing it. They'll take it down. The crowd not happy. They want to travel. The refs call a loose ball foul there. Well, who was that on anyway? Jarvis Williams?
I didn't see. I wasn't quite sure.
He was not happy about it anyway.
No. Just turned around and just ran back up the court like, what are you going to do? All right.
Jordan Miller now with the ball, off to Barnes. Barnes will look to take it in. He is fouled by the Mavericks, number 22, Zach Monahan.
As much as we love you, you guys watching the game here on TV, we surely appreciate you watching. You might want to come down and check out a game sometime as well, because the crowd here tonight is, well, they're pretty rowdy. They're living up to their reputation.
Mustangs now with the ball. He'll give it to Sean Condon, who takes it in. Nice little move. Puts it up and in for 2.
That was a nice cut by Condon.
Mustangs back to that full court pressure now. Mustangs called for the foul. And Giddings doesn't know why. And it'll be called on him. Has a little conversation with Lavion there.
Yeah, we saw Giddings. He was quite animated there, jumping up and down for a minute, and then the ref must have given him a look, and he just said, okay.
So Whitehead will check into the game for the Mavericks. Nick Smith down low as well for the Mustangs. Jarvis Williams will make his second. That'll take the score 49-46. Mustangs on top. Barnes brings the ball across the half-court line. He'll give it to Nick Smith, top of the key. Hand it off to West. West's going to take it himself, put it up. No good. Smith with the rebound. He's wide open for the shot, doesn't realize it. The Mavericks will chase the ball out of bounds. It'll be Mustang ball. Smith upset with himself there on that one.
The crowd here giving the Mavericks a little bit of crud. Ruined their sign there for a minute. Knocked it over.
Miller set to inbound the ball. Inbounds to Barnes. Barnes now with the ball. Nice spin move. Loses the handle. Back out to Miller. Miller's going to take it himself, up and under. He puts it up, no good. Tipped out, and Mavericks will get the loose ball.
Jordan Miller really trying to be more aggressive here now. He leads the Mustangs with 10 points on 3-7 shooting, so he's definitely been a little bit more aggressive than he was in the first half.
Whitehead now with the ball off to Moulton. Mavericks will work it down low, and he'll put it up and in pretty easily, Jarvis Williams, for the 2.
Yeah, that was a nice move by Jarvis Williams, nice little spin move, and he leads everyone in scoring, 16 points, 50% shooting.
So that brings it to a 1-point ball game. William Giddings will put it up, and that's good. He'll increase the Mustangs' lead there, 51-48 now with just over 15 minutes left to play in the game. Mavericks working that ball over now to their end of the court. Moulton will pass it off at the top of the key. Now Whitehead with the ball. He'll look to pass it off again. Mavericks put it up for 3, no good. Mustangs with the ball. They'll hold it. Giddings will pass it off now to Barnes. And it looks like we'll have a timeout from the Mustangs.
Sure do. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching KSSU TV.
Ladies, are you talking to your partners
About HIV.
2 out of every 3 new HIV/AIDS cases in women are among black women.
Get informed, get tested. Early detection can save your life. If you test positive, seek treatment from a doctor.
Join the campaign to end Black AIDS, a partnership between Abbott and the Magic Johnson Foundation. Go to WeStandWithMagic.com, get resources, and become a member.
And join today, and thank you.
And welcome back to the RA facility. Mustangs leading the Mavericks 51-48 with just over 15 minutes left to play in the game. It's definitely a close one here tonight, and it's getting really exciting and intense.
Yeah, it really is. Crowd's definitely getting into it, and it's a close game. Mustangs up, like you said, 51-48. About 15 minutes left to go in the game. Still plenty of time.
Matt Zager now with the ball down into Nick Smith. He'll hold it. Now he's going to do work on the Mavericks. He puts a little baby hook up, which is no good. Mavericks with the rebound. They'll move the ball up to their end of the court. Looking to move that ball around the perimeter again now. Whitehead with the ball, working on Birch. They'll pass it around now, down in. They'll put it up for the easy 2, but no good. Lavian West with the rebound, and he's going to keep it himself as he takes it across. He passes it off to Nick Smith. There's another hook shot from Smith, which is good this time.
Yeah, Smith has kind of really developed that little hook shot. It's coming to be pretty reliable. 12 points now in the night for Nick Smith. Leads the Mustangs.
Mavericks slowly trying to figure out how to beat this Mustang full court press, and they're getting a little better at it here as they get it to their end of the court as the foul's called on Lavian West.
Yeah, it's interesting to just kind of watch and see what kind of adjustments are made at halftime. And you're right, they're coming out looking like they know what they're doing here.
So Tremel Barnes and Jordan Miller will check into the game for the Mustangs. They're out there with Giddings, Smith, and Zager. Mavericks now still working that ball around the perimeter. Moulton with the ball. He'll take the screen. Now pass way across court. Mavericks working down low on Nick Smith. Smith almost with the block. Not quite, but Mavericks miss, and the Mustangs will take the rebound. Now Mustangs really working that ball inside down to Nick Smith, and he'll put it up and in for 2.
Smith having himself quite a game so far. 14 points, 6 rebounds.
Mavericks now with the ball. Miller on defense, now to the top of the key. They're working it around the perimeter once again. Waiting for that open shot, they are, as the Mustangs play some tough D. They work it down low to Jarvis Williams, who'll put it up and in. Actually not in, no good. Everyone fighting for the rebound. The Mustangs come out with it. Miller with the ball. He's going to do some work. He passes it out to Matt Zager for the 3. No good. Miller comes up with the long rebound. They'll settle it down here a second.
Mustangs up by 7 now. Their largest lead of the night was 8 back in the first half.
A nice easy pass down to Nick Smith for the 2. He almost didn't realize that one either, but he gets it to go.
Largest lead of the night now for the Mustangs, and the Mavericks are going to go ahead and call a timeout. I had to guess this is probably going to be a full timeout, so we will take a minute break and be back in just a minute. You're watching KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State University, where private school atmosphere meets public school cost. Programs like culinology, agronomy, and environmental science set the standard nationwide, where grad placement rates are over 97%. And the school invests in you, putting over $80 million back into the university. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
If you've had a stroke, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I'm keeping my blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
I always take my medicine.
If you take steps to improve your health, you'll greatly reduce your risk of another stroke. Talk to your doctor and go to stroke.org today.
I'm not going to have another stroke.
And welcome back to the RA facility, where the Mustangs are leading the Mavericks 57-48. It's their largest lead of the game with just under 13 minutes left to go. And points in the paint really helping out the Mustangs here.
Absolutely, 38 points in the paint for the Mustangs as opposed to 16 for Minnesota State. A large part of that, Nick Smith with 16 points this evening so far, 8-12 shooting.
Redshirt freshman Moulton with the ball at the point. He'll pass it off now. Gets it back, passes it off, almost stolen by the Mustangs. They'll get it down to Marai. He's surrounded by white jerseys. Mustangs playing some tough D here. Mavericks working it down in low. He'll put it up for two, no good. Marai with the rebound, he's gonna go back up. And a jump ball called as Miller grabs that. The crowd is excited here in the RA facility for that one.
And the head coach, Matt Margenthaler, for the Mavericks is not happy right now with the referees, and he is making his displeasure known.
Mustangs now with the ball. Miller will work it down low himself. He hands it off to Giddings. Giddings up with it, gets his own rebound, goes up again. No foul called as he wants it. But it looks like it'll stay Mustang ball. So Miller set to inbound from underneath his own basket. Gets it out to Barnes, gets the screen from West. He'll hand it off to Miller for the three. No good. And Mavericks will rebound the ball as Giddings falls down right there.
Miller wanted to kind of put the dagger in there, get the crowd real pumped up for a minute, but it's not to be.
Sean Condon falls down and allows the Mavericks player to take the open shot, but misses. So the Mustangs will get another rebound. They'll look to push. Jordan Miller taking it himself, puts it up, no good. Mavericks with the rebound.
The last two shots for Miller, not the greatest shot selection. He's one of those players, though, that when he says his blood, he wants to kind of put it away.
Mustangs getting this bigger lead here now and getting a little excited with it. Really wanting to open that up. Mavericks will take the long three, no good. Barnes comes down with the rebound, gets it up to Miller. He goes to throw it down and he's fouled from behind.
What a great pass by Barnes, just threading the needle there to hit Jordan Miller right in stride.
The Mustang fans would have gone nuts if that would have went down.
Yeah, that would have been the punctuation exclamation mark there.
So instead, Miller will go to the charity stripe here. Try to put up two shots. That free throw is up and in. That'll make the score 58-48. Mustangs on top by 10. Mustangs haven't seen that much of the free throw line tonight at all.
No, they really haven't. They've only taken, let's see here, 9 free throws. That's the 10th there on the night, as opposed to 19 for Minnesota State.
And they're 70% now, 7 of 10 from the line, which definitely helps out their score. Mavericks now with the ball. And Birch playing defense now. Mavericks work it down into Mariah again. He'll look to pass it out to the top of the key. Mavericks with the three. In and out, no good. Mustangs with the rebound. Nick Smith down low, trying to get it out of there, and Mavericks called with a foul. He's not really sure why, but that's Lucas Brown. That's pretty much the first we've seen of him in the game.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten too many minutes here so far.
So Bernard Birch now will slow it down a little bit. He's going to take it and pass it out to Matt Zager. Back to Birch. He'll take it down low, lays it up, almost in, but not quite. Mavericks now really pushing that ball. They'll stop it a second as Mustangs play some tough D. Mariah calling for the ball. They can't get it to him. Oh, Mustangs take it away. What a timeout called by the Mavericks.
We'll go ahead and take one as well. Full timeout, so we'll be back in a minute. And this boisterous Mustang basketball going to be back in just a minute.
Southwest Minnesota State University, where private school atmosphere meets public school cost. Programs like culinology, agronomy, and environmental science set the standard nationwide, where grad placement rates are over 97%. And the school invests in you, putting over $80 million back into the university. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
If you've had a stroke, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I'm keeping my blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
I always take my medicine.
If you take steps to improve your health, it'll greatly reduce your risk of another stroke. Talk to your doctor and go to stroke.org today.
I'm not going to have another stroke.
We all have a vision of that perfect smile.
So the game set to resume here from the RA facility. Mustangs on top by 11, 59-48. Mavericks to inbound the ball. Mavericks now working that ball out around the perimeter. And they throw it away. It'll be Mustang ball.
Important to note, as well as the Mustangs are playing here, there is still plenty of time for a comeback. Just over 10 minutes left here in the game.
Jordan Budenhagen in for the Mustangs now. Bernard Birch with the ball. He'll pass it off to Giddings, top of the key. Looking to set it up. Back out to Birch, who passes it down to Nick Smith. Back out to Zager. Really nothing looking here for the Mustangs. Zager looking to take it down low, passes it off to Nick Smith. Up and in for the two.
Well, that's a good option. When you can't find anything, give it to Nick Smith. Having himself quite a night. 18 points on 9 of 13 shooting, along with 7 rebounds.
Mavericks now with the ball, working around that three-point line like we've seen quite a bit tonight. They'll pass it down in low. Nick Smith doing work on defense against Mariah, but gets called for the foul.
Ooh, things are getting a little chippy, by the way. Looking at Mariah, he got fouled and kind of gave a little elbow, then looked over at the refs to see if anybody saw it, and they didn't, so. Getting a little chippy. Mariah, like I said earlier, having himself a pretty decent game here. 11 points, 4 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds.
Jarvis Williams set to check in for the Mavericks. So we wait on the second free throw from Mariah. He puts it up, and that one is good. That'll bring the score 61-49. Mustangs leading this one.
Like we said, it's going to be a tough game coming in. Obviously, the Mavericks are doing quite well, 6-1 in the season, but Mustangs more than holding their own so far in this game.
Mustangs now work it down low to Smith once again. Looks like we're going to see that hook, and we do. It is no good as Smith falls down. Mavericks with the rebound. They're going to push that ball now. And the foul is called on Birch. He's not really sure why, but it is called. Little blocking foul there. A little bit of contact.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact there. Crowd getting into it as always, and Brad Bigler's just over there kind of He was smirking here a moment ago, just letting the crowd speak for him.
You know, let Jordan Miller and Tramel Barnes come into the game, as well as Lavion West. Nick Smith will take a seat.
It'll be interesting now to see with the Mustangs up and Nick Smith out, who's obviously their leading scorer in the game, doing a lot. It'll be really interesting to see if Mavericks are able to take advantage of this opportunity to kind of close the gap, or if the Mustangs are going to be able to just keep this lead and grow on it. We'll see.
Well, if the Mavericks keep ending up at the free throw line and making them, it'll help them keep them in this game.
Sure will. Trying to cut the lead now just down to 10.
We'll wait on the second free throw here. That one is up and no good. Fight for the rebound is won by Marai. He'll put it up and in for two.
Well, lead now down under double digits for the Mustangs. Lead by 9, 61-52.
Miller with the ball. He'll pass it off to Tramel Barnes. Barnes looks for the play to develop here. Passes it off to Lavion West. Now off to Giddings. Down low into Matt Sasker. He'll put it up and in for two.
That was just a beautiful pass by Giddings. He had a very small window to get that ball in and managed to do it.
Mavericks now will do the same thing. They'll work that ball around. They're going to take it themselves down low. And Jarvis Williams will get the easy two on the other end.
That's 18 points. And now for Jarvis Williams, ties him with Nick Smith for the most points in the game.
It looks like here at the end of the game, we're going to go back and forth. Giddings now with the ball. Pass it off to West. Bottom of the three-point line. Pass it off to Tramel Barnes. Gets it to Giddings. Giddings going to do work down low. And he travels. Loses a little bit of a handle on the ball there.
Yeah, and that was the right call. The crowd's not loving that, but that was the definite travel.
Yeah, Nick Smith set to check in here for Giddings. Looks like Mustangs will use that full court defense once again. Mavericks will slow it down as they try to get the ball into their end of the court here, which they do. Jarvis Williams going to take it himself. He'll put it up, and it's good for two.
Yeah, Jarvis Williams is feeling it here, especially in the second half. He now has 20 points, shooting 50% from the field.
Tramel Barnes going to do a little bit of the same, and he gets fouled at the other end. So looks like Mustangs are going to really have to step up their defense against Williams there.
Yeah, sure, it looks like it. He's just kind of going off here in the second half. Like I said, shooting 50% from the field, along with 5 rebounds and 1 assist in 26 minutes. He is having himself a game so far, and you can tell too. He has a confidence. He's just taking it right to the hoop.
Checking in for the Mustangs, number 12, Bernard Burton.
So the score now 64-56. Mustangs on top with 7:40 left to go in the game. We wait on the second shot here. It's up and good. So Tramel Barnes will hit that one, bring the score to 65-56. Mavericks will work the ball across the half-court line. He's going to keep it himself and put up that mid-range jumper, which is good. And he wants the foul as well, but does not get it.
No, he didn't get it. He probably should have, to be honest. It looked like he got smacked there on the wrist. A very off-balance shot, but managed to have it fall.
Jordan Miller with the ball now. He'll keep it himself. He'll put it up and in off the glass. It looks like whoever's controlling the ball here is going to take it themselves to the hoop.
Yeah, Miller, that was nice there with Miller. Some nice ball control there with his left hand.
Nice pass there by the Mavericks to Jarvis Williams, who can't make the shot. Marai comes up with the rebound and the easy two. And Birch now with the ball. He'll call out the play. Gives it to Nick Smith. Smith off to Miller. Almost fumbled the ball right there. Miller doing work down low now in the post. He'll go up, almost gets it to fall, but he's going to go to the line anyway.
Yeah, just a smart play by Miller. Had a little fake there, got his defender up in the air, and from there all he had to do was just go on up and put it up, and he got the call there for the foul. He now has 14 points on the game, 40% shooting. He is perfect from the free throw line so far, 4 of 4. Make that 5 of 5. Mustang lead extends to 68-60.
Zager and Giddings set to check in here to the game, excuse me. And Giddings will wait for the second free throw, which is good. So he'll check in for Miller. Mustang's going to keep on that tough defense here in the backcourt. Hopefully create a turnover. Mavericks, however, are working that ball around. Jarvis Williams now with the ball out for the three-pointer. Mavericks missed that one. Giddings up for the rebound. It falls down on the floor. Mustangs now on a break. Oh my! Lavion West with a nice finger roll there on the fast break.
And he just seems to stay in the air forever.
West now back on the tough D in the backcourt. Mavericks, however, get it across. Jarvis Williams going to hand it off to Mariah. Mariah looking for someone open. The refs looked like a jump ball, but I think they're going to call the foul here. They are going to call that on Birch.
Fourth personal foul, 18 foul of the half. Austin Mariah at the line.
So that is 4 fouls now for Bernard Birch.
And that's not what you want to see if you're the Mustangs. You got about 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left, so it's probably going to be all right, but he's going to take a quick seat, make sure he stays out of foul trouble so he can come in for the remainder of the game.
All right, now set for the free throw. It's up and no good. We're going to get another foul call here as Williams went flying across the lane. Looks like the ref is saying he was pushed by Lavion West. The crowd definitely not happy about that, and neither is Brad Bigler.
Yeah, Brad Bigler. And, one thing I was going to mention a moment ago was that there was some talk there between Bernard Birch and the refs, and it looked like the refs have about had enough of hearing it from the Mustang players. So, I don't want to speculate, but I don't think that they're going to take too much here. I think the Mustangs are going to want to be careful with what they say from here on out.
So Williams will sink that free throw, and that'll make the score 71-62. Just under 6 minutes here to play in the game. Miller with the ball, looking to take it himself again. He is going to hand it off to Giddings. It's blocked away. Mavericks will pick it up. They'll work it down to their end of the court. They hand it off, working it around that perimeter. They hand it off to Whitehead, who will put the teardrop up and in.
And you can sense the momentum is switching here a little bit in the favor of the Mavericks, making a little run here, cut the lead to 71-64.
Miller now running point. He'll hand it off to Lavion West. West now going to do work on Mariah. He hands it off to Nick Smith, who puts it up off the glass for 2. He says, thanks, man. Nice pass.
Yeah, 20 points now on the night for Nick Smith, along with 7 rebounds.
Zach Monahan now working the ball. He'll work it down low to Mariah. He's blocked from behind by Smith, but the foul is called. Looks like Smith did get a little bit of arm there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see Brad Bigler over there trying to calm his guys down there for a minute.
So Mariah at the line again for the Mavericks. What is their free throw percentage tonight?
Yeah, let's take a look. They are shooting 73% from the free throw line. They are 19 of 27. It seems like Mariah's really been there a lot, too. Let's take a look for him. He's been at the free throw line 9 times tonight, only made 4 of them thus far.
Set to shoot his second. That is no good. The rebound by Jarvis Williams. He'll go up with it. Nick Smith swats again. It's unsuccessful. But the Mavericks with another bucket there. Mustangs now with the ball. Tremel Barnes working it, waits for the screen from Smith. He'll take it. Takes it back out of the three-point line. Hands it off to Jordan Miller. Miller now with the ball, looking to do work. He's going to take it in himself. He's passes it off underneath to Zager once again. And Matt Zager with the easy 2.
Yeah, Zager just in the right place at the right time. Very smart player. 8 points, been on 4 of 6 shooting.
Monahan working the ball again at the point. They'll work it down to Mariah, and he'll throw it down.
Yeah, he was wide open.
Too easy there.
Got ourselves a game here, I'd say. Down to 7 points. 75-68, Mustangs lead.
Mavericks working their way back in as Jordan Miller works on Jarvis Williams. He's going to take it in. Up, and it's good for 2 again. Got a nice look at the basket there as we have a timeout.
Yeah, it was a nice move there for the Mustangs. You're going to have a full timeout here taken by the Mustangs. So we will be back in just 1 minute. You are watching SMSU basketball on KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State University, where private school atmosphere meets public school cost. Programs like culinology, agronomy, and environmental science set the standard nationwide, where grad placement rates are over 97%. And the school invests in you, putting over $80 million back into the university. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
If you've had a stroke, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I'm keeping my blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
I always take my medicine.
If you take steps to improve your health, you'll greatly reduce your risk of another stroke. Talk to your doctor and go to stroke.org today.
I'm not going to have another stroke.
Welcome back to the RA facility on the campus of SMSU here in Marshall. The Mustangs leading the Mavericks 77-68 with 3.5 minutes left to go here in the game. The Mustangs really dominating down low, and it's helping them to stay ahead in this game.
Yeah, they really are. We have, let's see, 52 points in the paint for the Mustangs as opposed to 30 for Minnesota State, so they are definitely making their mark in the paint.
William Giddings now will play some defense in the backcourt on Monahan. He will pass it off to Jarvis Williams, back to Monahan now. He'll look for a play to develop. Mariah out for the screen, he won't take it. Monahan now with the ball, looking to take it himself. He dumps it down low. Mariah comes up with the ball, he'll put it up and it falls in. Mariah yelling at the ref there for a foul and doesn't get it.
Yeah, he's really been active. He's having himself a good game. 20 points, 8 of 12 shooting, 8 rebounds. He's been a definite bright spot so far for the Mavericks.
Miller takes the screen from Nick Smith. He'll take it all the way and put it up and in for 2.
And how many times have we seen that in this game where Jordan Miller goes into the lane and you're thinking, oh boy, he doesn't have anything, and somehow ends up just being wide open at the rim.
He's one of those guys that can get it into the hoop in a sticky situation.
Yeah, that last pass gives him 20 points on the night for Jordan Miller.
Birch now with the ball. Brad Bigler calls out the play. He's going to take it himself, hand it off to Tremel Barnes, who misses the easy 2, and then gets called for a silly foul.
Yeah, that was just a frustration foul. But you have to keep in mind where you're at, because now you're putting the Mavericks at the line. The chance to go ahead and try to cut this down to a 7-point game with 2:29 remaining. You could tell as soon as he did it too, he said, you could tell he's like, oh no. But that's what happens sometimes in the heat of the moment.
And so the 6'6" senior guard will miss his first free throw. Williams looking to take his second.
That's the first free throw he's missed so far in this game. 10 of 11.
And he'll make his second. Now the Mavericks with their own full court defense here. The Mustangs looking to push the ball, which they do, and get it across the timeline. Mavericks create a turnover. Now they're looking to press it. Hands it off to Monahan, who takes it himself up and under, and it's in.
That was a difficult looking basket. Holy cow.
Wow, Mavericks really got a pep in their step here now.
Sure do. Cut the lead to 6, 79-73.
Nick Smith doesn't know what to do with the ball here in the backcourt. Finally finds Bernard Birch. Birch pushes it across the half-court line, who gets it to Miller.
Just under 2 minutes remaining.
Miller now will take it back, set up the play. Gonna do work on Jarvis Williams here. Williams falls down. Miller takes a wide open two, and it's good! The end of this game is shaping up to be pretty intense here as Monahan takes it across the half-court line for the Mavericks. He'll put up his own three. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have a shootout here.
Sure does.
As we have a timeout from the Mavericks.
That is a full timeout for the Mavericks. Mustangs lead 81-76 here with just over a minute and a half remaining in the game. We're going to take a minute break. We'll be back. KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State University, where private school atmosphere meets public school cost. Programs like culinology, agronomy, and environmental science set the standard nationwide, where grad placement rates are over 97%. And the school invests in you, putting over $80 million back into the university. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
If you've had a stroke, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I'm keeping my blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
I always take my medicine.
If you take steps to improve your health, you'll greatly reduce your risk of another stroke. Talk to your doctor and go to stroke.org today.
I'm not going to have a stroke.
Welcome back to the RA facility where we've got ourselves a shootout going on. Mavericks working themselves back into this one. Mustangs, however, on top 81-76 as Monahan hits that last three.
Yeah, and the game is not over yet. Like you said, only a 5-point game here, still a decent amount of time. So buckle your seatbelts. This should be a lot of fun. Mustang ball.
Miller set to inbound as the Mavericks are playing their full court defense. He'll get it into Nick Smith, who's pressured. Finally gets it off to Tremel Barnes. And Williams is called for the foul in the backcourt. And the fans loving that one right there.
Yeah. And that will put, who's going to line? Tremel Barnes. He's going to the line on the season. Let's see here. He is shooting 81% from the free throw line, so not a bad guy to have there if you're a Mustang fan.
We're getting a little movement down in there. Looks like we'll have a lane violation on Marai.
Crowd getting into it here.
Marai looks a little confused, but that was a clear lane violation there.
Yeah. Brad Begler was pointing that out as it happened to the ref. So looks like there might be, I don't know, maybe a little cut or something here for Tremel Barnes. Grabbing a towel to go ahead and try to wipe up. Just a momentary break in the action. Little confusion is just trying to figure things out. Looks like maybe there was a little bit of blood here on the floor. Getting wiped up by the staff here at SMSU.
And speaking of the staff here at SMSU, they really do a great job at putting these events on.
Yeah, they
never
sure do.
a dull moment here in the RA facility, and they like to keep it really clean and keep it friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you know, they do a great job of creating just a great atmosphere. A lot of fun nights like tonight, red, white, and blue night, and then obviously tomorrow, ugly sweater night. So if you have ugly sweaters and you're going to be around, make sure to bring it down. I'll be here. If you think that your ugly sweater is better than mine, I'll give you $5. I have one that will take the cake. So yeah, they do a great job. A lot of fun events.
Barnes will miss his second free throw here. Mavericks now pushing the ball up across the court. Monahan will take that off-balance three-point shot, which he is fouled on.
And the crowd here saying that was a late call. I can't necessarily disagree with them either. Brad Bigler is frozen like a statue, just looking at the refs. As you can probably hear through the headsets, the crowd is not exactly loving these calls, but he's going to have 3 free throws now, so this is going to go ahead and be able to bring it to a 2-point game in theory. It is now 81-77 after the first free throw is made.
So we'll wait on Monahan's second free throw here. He'll get one more after this. Drains that one. And the Mustangs will look to set up an offensive play that'll get them some points after this, and look to just hold on for this win here with 1:18 left to play in the game. He'll miss that free throw, rebounded by Jarvis Williams. He'll put it up, no good. They're gonna call a jump ball between Mariah and Nick Smith, and that's gonna stay Maverick ball.
Yeah, this is the game here. 1:15 left, 81-78.
The lob once again to Mariah. They've gone to that all night, and it works again as he puts it up and in for 2. Miller will get the ball into Barnes, and Barnes will hand it back off to him.
3 players with over 20 points here for the Mavericks. We have ourselves a game.
1 minute left to go here in the RA facility, 81-80. Mustangs almost lose the ball. Bernard Birch is going to take it himself up, and no good, no foul called. Mavericks are pushing the ball down the court. Monahan almost looked like he was going to take it himself. He'll pass the ball off. Monahan calling for everyone to go off. He wants it alone. Looks like he'll get a screen from Mariah. He's going to take that. He's going to pass it off. And a block is called on the Mustangs. Everyone is upset about that one.
Number 24, Matt Sasker, his 4th personal foul.
We'll just let the crowd speak for themselves here for a moment, voicing their displeasure.
So that'll put the Mavericks at the free throw line with a chance to go ahead here in the game with 26 seconds left to go. That one bounces in, ties the game at 81. We'll have the timeout from the Mustangs and Brad Bigler.
He's not upset. We'll go ahead and just keep it here for this full timeout. Like we said, it is a tie game. At one point, the largest lead for the Mustangs was 13, and that was only here in the second half with 9 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the second half. They've now cut it down to tie up the game here at 81. They are led by Jarvis Williams with 25 points. We have Murray with 22 and Zach Monahan with 20 as well for the Mavericks.
It's really great to see 2 rival NSIC schools going at it. Nationally ranked Mavericks with the Mustangs showing that they can take on such a tough opponent.
Yeah, it is quite interesting, and I'll tell you, the difference has been just free throws. Minnesota State has gotten to the line here 34 times so far in the game, as opposed to only 15 for SMSU. So even though they haven't made a huge percentage of them, only 67%, they've had such a large amount that it is paying off.
And the video board here trying to get the fans into this game, which they are already.
Yeah,
this is getting them more hyped up.
Yeah, these Mustang fans are ready to go. And this is going to be an intense 26.8 seconds left in the game. Have number 32 at the line, Gage Wooten. He's at the line for the Mavericks. He is 1 of 3 from the line so far.
Jamel Barnes, Jordan Miller, Matt Zager, Nick Smith, and William Giddings in for the Mustangs. Miller passes it into Barnes. They'll push the ball up the court. And we have a timeout from Brad Bigler. And Bernard Birch is going to check into the game here, as we have another full timeout from the Mustangs.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep it here for this break as well. It's a smart timeout by Brad Bigley. Have 23.9 seconds remaining, which means that the shot clock is turned off. Getting everything together, probably drawing up a play here for the Mustangs, as this is going to come down undoubtedly to a last-second shot to win the game. This is going to be an interesting one.
It's turning into a chess match here in the RA facility. Who's going to make the mistake on defense and who's going to take advantage of it on offense?
Absolutely. I mean, right now you have Jordan Miller with 22 points for the Mustangs. You have Nick Smith with 20. You have to think, though, after a slow start in the first half, that you're going to be looking for Jordan Miller here at the end of the game.
Senior here at SMSU, he's going to want to take it over and show this crowd what Mustang Hard is all about.
Absolutely, and he's had himself quite a game. 53% shooting, 50% shooting from beyond the three-point arc, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals. And I'd say keep an eye out for him, Jordan Miller. He's number 13. Keep an eye out for him.
Players to watch here for the Mavericks are going to be senior Jarvis Williams. And Marai's going to actually sit on the bench here. Looks like they're going to go with the smaller lineup. Monahan's been shooting those threes lately. Jordan set to inbound the ball right in front of us here. He'll get it in to Bernard Birch. Looks for the play to set up. He'll hand it off to Tremel Barnes. He's going to take it, hand it under to Matt Zager. Puts it up, no good. The ball rebounded by the Mavericks, and a foul is going to be called on the Mustangs. What a smart play to call there by the Mustangs, but it just didn't work out that time.
You couldn't have asked for a better look. Matt Zager was wide open underneath the basket. Just missed the gimme.
Jarvis Williams at the line.
So senior Jarvis Williams for the Mavericks will head to the line here.
He's not the guy you're going to want at the line. He's shooting 91%, 11 and 12 tonight so far. Still, if he makes these, still going to be a three-point game, so the Mustangs are going to have a chance here to tie it up with a three-point shot or a two-point shot, depending on the results here at the free throw line.
Gage Wooten will sit down for the Mavericks, and Alex Hanks, a junior, will come in. Haven't seen much of him tonight, so interesting move here by the Mavericks coach. And Williams sinks it second, so that makes it a three-point ball game with 9 seconds left to go. And the Mustangs will take another full timeout here.
That is exactly a full timeout here by Brad Bigley. It has been an interesting game right now. Obviously, MSU leads 84-81. And well, not much more to say, except that it's going to come down to just probably a three-point shot here in the last 9 seconds. So we'll see. We'll go ahead and take a look here at the leaderboard so far tonight. Jordan Miller shooting 50% from 3. He is by far their leader for three-point shots this evening. So again, you have to think it's going to be coming down to Jordan Miller.
You would think so. The Mustangs tonight only 2 of 7 from the three-point line, while the Mavericks are 6 of 16. So they've definitely taken a lot more shots outside that arc.
And you'll have to see here, obviously Brad Bigley drew up a great play here. And that last time we had seen after the full timeout, just not able to take advantage of a wide open look. Matt Zager was literally wide open. And you know, just to be fair, it was a difficult shot. He was facing away from the basket. It wasn't as though it was just a layup facing the basket. It was a tough shot, but still, this is going to be an interesting ending here, everybody. 9 seconds left, 84-81. Mustangs have the ball. Out on the court, we have, let's see, Nick Smith, Matt Zager, Jordan Miller, Bernard Birch, and
Birch pushes it across, and he is fouled.
It's actually a pretty smart play. One that I hadn't thought there of the Mavericks.
And that brings the clock down now to 6 seconds as Mariah and is set to check in for the Mavericks, as well as Connor O'Brien. 2 taller players who have a possibility at a shot block.
And what's smart about that is, what's smart about that play by the Mavericks is now Birch is at the line. So, you know, he's going to shoot the 2 free throws here. They're going to get the ball back, be forced to foul again, and start this process all over again.
He misses, and Nick Smith fouls right away.
Yep.
That brings the clock down to 5 seconds.
And with these free throws here, 1 free throw will effectively end this game here for the Mustangs. So big free throws for the Mavericks. With 1 made free throw. That will, for all practical purposes, end the game for the Mustangs, as it is now a 4-point lead with 5.5 seconds remaining in the game.
Mavericks not taking any chances here. They're excited to play some defense in these last 5 seconds. He misses his second. Miller with the rebound. He'll push the ball. Mavericks calling not to foul. He's going to throw up the off-balance 3, and it's good at the buzzer, but the Mustangs will fall short.
Boy, what a game. Jordan Miller making the last-second 3, hoping to get fouled there. He made it, and the Mustangs lose by 1 point here at the RA facility, 85-84 against the Mavericks. We're going to go ahead and take a quick 1-minute break. We'll be back in just 1 minute to wrap things up. You're watching KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State University, where private school atmosphere meets public school cost. Programs like culinology, agronomy, and environmental science set the standard nationwide, where grad placement rates are over 97%. And the school invests in you, putting over $80 million back into the university. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
If you've had a stroke, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke-smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I'm keeping my blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
I always take my medicine.
If you take steps to improve your health, you'll greatly reduce your risk of another
Welcome
stroke.
back here to the RA
Talk to your
facility
doctor
in
and go to
Marshall, where the
stroke.org
Mustangs
today.
have fallen by 1 point to number 20 wing, 1-ranked Mavericks, 85-84 in a heartbreaker at the end.
Yeah, I understand there's some technical difficulties going on with the cameras, and trust us, it's probably better that you couldn't see what happened here. Just a heartbreaking loss as the Mustangs lose by 1 point. Jordan Miller did his best to go ahead and make that 3 at the end of the game. He finished with 25 points, 3 of 5 shooting, and Nick Smith also had a great game, 20 points as well with 7 rebounds, but it was just not enough as the Mavericks had 3 players in double figures in the game. So a tough loss for the Mustangs. Still, you know, have a fine record on the season. I'm sure they'll be all right. And they have a game tomorrow night again, so make sure to join us for that and see if they can bounce back. But a tough loss for the Mustangs this evening.
Yeah, definitely check us out here tomorrow night on KSSU TV as the Mustangs take on Concordia University, women before the men, for Ugly Sweater Night. So fans will definitely be into that game again.
Absolutely. We'll bring your ugly sweaters. We appreciate you joining us. I think that will do it for us here this evening. Once again, Mustangs fall 85-84 to MSU. Thanks for watching. You've been watching KSSU TV.